welcome back to another video. My name is Jasmine and I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
And my name is Dave and I want her money. So we have not figured out this conversation yet. This is a conversation we're having real time with you guys. If you don't know, you're new to this channel. We met each other 9 years ago while both studying engineering. And we both work in our fields. I work in construction management and Jazz works as a mechanical engineer. And because of that and our combined incomes, we've been able to live quite a comfortable life financially. You know, our stuff is all on auto pay. We don't have to really worry about, bills or ordering out or, traveling, all those things that, we kind of worked hard to do. And 2 years ago, we were able to buy our first home together. And a couple months later, we were able to have our first son, Josiah. And what's been great about this entire experience, especially when we had our son, is that we have family nearby. And we've had basically a rotation of people watching our son between grandparents and great-grandparents. And so we haven't had to, pay for childcare, which a lot of families typically have to deal with.
Yeah, and then, with COVID, that introduced kind of even a different kind of dynamic because, we were working from home and we had Josiah with us all the time. And so it was stressful because we were working from home with an infant, but it was also good because we mentioned this before, but we were really happy to just spend more time with him, be there for all the milestones, all the developmental, milestones. And so, I don't know, just having that time that we wouldn't have had if it wasn't for COVID, it it actually opened my eyes to the possibilities, I guess, if you will. And, the thing is, I'm not new to the whole kind of stay-at-home mom type thing. My bonus mom did that at one point. And so I did like it, but I think COVID kind of made me really think, oh, maybe I can do this. Or I know that I want to be more involved in my son's life throughout the week.
Especially now that we have another one on the way, thinking about how that works logistically. Like, I don't really think the system that we have is going to be able to maintain, honestly.
Yeah, we won't be able to maintain it because adding two is just, a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's challenging.
And so we'll have to hire someone to watch both kids. And for me, it just kind of like, I don't really want to hire someone to do something that I would rather be doing myself anyway. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I think I've just been pushing this idea of me being a stay-at-home mom more and more on Dave. Like, before it was kind of a joke and then it kind of got more serious. And then, it's just been coming up a lot since then.
And so you're probably like, yo, why don't you just do it? You guys have been living, out here ordering food every day, living a pretty comfortable life. And again, part of that is our combined incomes. It's not just me and it's not just Jazz. And I think that, it's easy to say that when you don't know the numbers, but I mean, Jazz she pretty close to six figures. And if someone was like, hey, take away like a 6-figure salary from your household.
And the thing is, like Dave said, we know the numbers. Like it's a pay scale that my job works for. So I know this year how much I'm going to be making at the close of the year, and then next year how much I get a raise every year. So it's like I know we know what it is.
And like there was a period where when Jazz had Josiah, the government at that point was not paying for, your maternity time. Yeah. And so we had 3 months where she wasn't getting a paycheck and we were living off of my own salary alone. And at that point, we weren't super stringent with the budget, honestly. Right. And so we were breaking even every month and we had a little bit extra. Mm-hmm. But to be blunt, that's not how we want to live. We don't want to just squeak by.
Right.
And the thing too is like, this idea has also put more pressure on me that I feel like I need to make even more now. Like recently I got an email or I got message from a recruiter basically, and basically the position that he was showing me I'm more than qualified for, and the salary was like almost like 30% more, all these benefits and all these good things, but the catch is like my commute time would be so much more. I've actually worked in this area before,
Yeah.
and I hated it. I hated like how little time I had personally because of my long commutes and how early I would have to get up to get to work early. I just never liked that process. But this, losing half of our household income makes you think maybe I should do something like this to like manage, the losses that we're gonna have financially.
Yeah, and because and the thing that makes it more appealing or is more I don't know, looks better is because if I do become a stay-at-home mom, I'm obviously going to be in the house all the time doing more things in terms of managing the household. So it's not like when he comes home we'll be kind of doing it together before bed. Most of that stuff will be done already. So it'll be like, even though he's going to be spending more time at work and less time at the home, things are still going to be getting done, at the same quality or probably even better, honestly.
Right. And there's also like, I mean, outside of the financial part, because I mean, truth be told, we'd probably figure that out. There's also like the social part of it too.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm first generation in this country. Like my family, they were born in Haiti, and even as a black person, you always have this pressure to like be the one that made it. You know what I mean? Like be like make it seem like your family's hard work paid off in you.
Yeah.
And then I assume like this is probably something that you're probably struggling with, but it's like, I mean, we're one unit, you know what I mean? And so it's like our ability to change,
Listen, everybody be talking about they kind of trying to break,
generational
curses, and
right.
not saying that we have our family cursed or anything. I do not say that, but like it's a different. We're going to be able to enter our family into a different tax bracket.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. So it's like, do we want to, are we going to keep going this way? And we know just how much our family wants us to do well. Not like they're putting pressure on us and saying you have to do this, but we feel like they put so much time and money and all these things into us, and it's kind of like I just want to be that, like.
And to be honest, it's like it has been a source of pride for us too. Like I like being able to say like, that someone can look to us as an example of, hey, we went to school. Hey, we worked hard. Hey, we got, we're working our professions and we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, and even with that, being able to just like, we have younger siblings or our family dynamic, whatever, being able to assist our family with things if they need assistance with that, like that's a big thing, and we want to be able to do that, to
continue doing that.
And
go ahead.
And I was also just going to say that I am also proud of my accomplishments, and so I think that part of me is afraid. Well, not afraid, but like now when people ask me, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm proud to say that I am an engineer. I work for the Navy, and people are like, "Oh, that's cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is cool." But then I'm not gonna be working. I'm gonna say, people are gonna ask me what I do, and I'm gonna be like, "I'm a stay-at-home mom." And as much pride as I take in that, I just feel like other people are not going to see it the same way, not going to view it the same way I do, and might think, oh, she probably did that because she had to. It was probably better financially for her family, when the truth is, no, I just really wanted to be home with my kids. And so I decided to do that,
Yeah, and me too. Like, I actually like doing that too, like bragging about my wife and what she can do. Like, I remember when I first started working and people would ask me, hey, like, is your wife work? And I'm like, yeah, like, what she does? And I'm like, she's a mechanical engineer. They're like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, what do you think I was going to say? But, I mean, they might not have been thinking anything negative, but, like, I like to see that look on their face, like, wow, you guys must be doing pretty well.
And, guys, let's cut the charades here, okay? And let's be honest, all right? We like being in the position that we are in as well, especially looking the way that we do. You know what I mean? Like it feels good.
Right. It definitely does. That does really feel good too. And so yeah, it's like giving it up. There's a lot to give up, and obviously there's a lot to gain too. I mean,
Yeah, right. I mean, let me say this. I really do want to do this. Like, I really do want to be at home with my kids. And it may, I'm not even going to go there, but I don't know.
but here's where we are ultimately though. We understand that everything that we have is from God ultimately. Like every, from the family that we're born to the opportunities that we receive, the jobs that we have, the home that we live in, everything has been provided to us from God. And so we know that God is going to continue to provide however he sees fit in this next chapter. But to be completely honest, we've never put ourselves in a position where we kind of had uncertainty. Because even though we know that God is going to provide, we also knew that we were both clocking into work, or we were both going to college, or both doing whatever the safe thing was to do. We were always doing that thing
to make sure we had a plan, and we knew we could have this, that type of thing. And knew that it was going to lead to a good result.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, we're saying lead to a good result, but honestly, it's really just like leading to a good result in kind of our eyes. Because no matter what happens, whether, we end up, I don't know, making even more for some reason, or if we end up kind of just staying where we are, either way, we still want to make sure that we are grateful to God for, everything that we have, and that we're still alive, and that we're blessed to just be here. You know what I mean?
And so this is really the first time where we're saying, God, like, we're not gonna know how it's gonna work.
Right.
God,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and I was also gonna say that, for the next 90 days, we decided that we're just gonna live off of my paycheck alone. Mm-hmm. We're gonna use what Jazz makes just to pay off debt, like basically all of our debt. Mm-hmm. And so that can give us some more breathing room, month to month, and see how that goes.
Yeah. And so, that's basically where we are. This is still a rough conversation. I mean, you're seeing it's not like
not polished, and we're just kind of going with the flow at this point.
Yeah, it's not polished at all, but we'll see how it goes, and we will let you guys know how it goes, and when we make a decision, what that decision is going to be.
But we know there's probably tons of different people who are watching this right now. Like, if you have advice, or you've been through the situation, or you may it's advice, leave it in the comment section. Of course, if you like the video, we love if you just smash that like button. That's like our favorite thing. Mm-hmm. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, go ahead, click that subscribe button for more videos like this, and just follow us in this journey.
Yeah. But that's it for us. See ya.